So Daryl Gates resigned. Did you hear that? Yeah, no, apparently he did. And we'll miss him, yeah. Yeah. So did you hear the governor of California just recently formed a rock band with 2 cool-looking chicks and 1 fat chick? It's called Pete Wilson Phillips. It's more new material. Yeah. Here he is saying, Doug Ellen. Yeah, well, he's coming up. We'll get to you. Ah, what a day. How y'all doing, huh? Yeah, I am the Bubble Man. About time I blew a bubble. Why not? One of them things. The breast from hell. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely, the stony people going, oh, dude. Yeah, oh, wow, man. Nah. So you drinking tonight? You having some brews? Yeah. You know, you can always tell how drunk you were the night before by how tightly wadded up into little balls your money is the next day. Because you're like, oh, that 9 money balls, yeah. That's how it always seems to work out so well. Da, da, da. So who's seen anything good? Who's seen a good movie lately? Yeah, right here. Larry Greenblatt has seen a good movie. Driving Miss Daisy. That was a pretty recent release there, Larry. That's that and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang amongst your favorites for the month so far, yeah. Who saw Edward Scissorhand? How was that? Was that good? I was going to see it, but I heard they cut the masturbation scene, so I figured, like, why bother, you know? It's just one of those visual, yeah. Like that out that way, yeah. Driving Miss Daisy. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have some fun for you here all night, as we do every Tuesday night here at the Natural Fudge with the Johnny Roberts Comedy Show, with me, the Bubble Man, being your host, and Bob Pollock tonight being your co-host, and everybody having the greatest time of your lives, right? Yeah. Who understood what I said? You know, like, yeah. We'll be back with you. I got a man coming to the stage now, another New Yorker. It happens a lot in the club. Just because New Yorkers are funny people, we're all tortured at the very sign of birth. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big hand for a funny man, Mr. Doug Ellen. Yeah, Doug. Oh!
How you doing? I've got a great buzz, so if you don't think I'm funny, I really don't give a fuck, all right? Anyway, you know, I watch TV sometimes. Excuse me, you guys holding a business meeting there? Hey. I see things on television, you know, they insult my intelligence. They're stupid, you know. If you are, shut the fuck up, all right? Come on. You know, you see things on TV, you know, they insult your intelligence, you know. Like I see this, has anyone seen this Jean Dixon, the psychic advisor to the stars? She's got 12 lines you can call depending on what your sign is. Hey, Gene, if you're such a fucking psychic, why don't you know my sign, all right? And why don't you call me? And then they've got this commercial. Have you seen this douche commercial? Hey, pal. Excuse me. Buddy, I'm going to follow you home and kick your trailer park over if you don't listen, all right? So they've got this douche commercial. Does anyone see this? You know, first of all, I don't think the word douche should be on television, but they have this douche commercial where the voiceover comes on and says, did you ever get that not-so-fresh feeling? And then the lady comes out, and she says, Mom, can I ask you a personal question? Sure, honey. Do you douche? Is this a normal mother-daughter conversation? Because if you're 26 and don't know whether you should douche or not, you got bigger problems than picking out the brand you should use. But she says, Mom, do you douche? She says, do you douche? You know, is this a normal mother-daughter conversation? Because this sounds like the same thing as, Ma, can I ask you a personal question? Sure, sweetie. Do you swallow? But anyway, I'm a little nervous tonight because this is my first time at the Natural Fudge Factory, and which is the epitome of comedy. But I'm a little nervous about this, but if you people would relate this back to the first time you fucked, you probably weren't that great and you didn't have a big crowd watching, so be gentle. And I'm sure you didn't last 5 minutes, or maybe you did. Quite a smile you got there, pal. Anyway, I'm out in L.A., and, you know, out in L.A. there's just some people out there. They get on your nerves, you know. Everyone's in the business out here. I don't want to hear this. I meet this one guy. He's like, I've been in some films you've probably seen me in, but I make most of my money producing records and directing. Listen, pal, just shut the fuck up and make sure you don't put mustard on my Whopper, okay? But, you know, L.A. is a little different than New York. They've got different rules out here. You know, you walk on Melrose Avenue, they give you a jaywalking ticket. You know, I don't understand. People are so polite here. If you even, like, fake to step out in the street, they slam on their brakes. It's not like in New York where people actually wave you into the intersection before running you down. And there, they don't enforce it at all. But, you know, and also, you know, I took my written driver's test a couple of weeks ago, and, you know, I had to take, has anyone ever taken this? You remember this? You had to take these biker hand signals you had to learn. What is this good for? The left, right? You know, in New York, when we're driving, the only hand signals we need are this and this, you know? But anyway, out in L.A., you look around, and each woman is more beautiful than the last one, but it's not like it was in college, you know, because of the AIDS thing. I used to look at every girl like, gee, Doug, what can you do to... Jesus, excuse me, I'm going to start that one over. I used to look at every girl like, gee, Doug, what can you do to get her into bed? Now I look and say, on the off chance I do get her into bed, how many condoms would I have to wear to protect myself from her? You know, it's AIDS, 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 and I'm paranoid about it. I call sex phone, I put a plastic bag on the phone. It's really just a lot safer to go to your local video store and rent an adult film. It's safer, but it's not easier. Have you been to these video stores? They've got separate sections, like we're some type of fucking mutant that can't interact with the rest of the customers. You know? You've never seen this? They always locate it right next to the National Geographic section, so you have to, like, fall into the room, you know? Someone's always right there going, gee, well, you look like such a nice fucking guy. Then you have to bring this box up to the front, and I don't know, this is not a video box, it's a fucking cereal box with explicit pictures all over it. With great titles like they even need a title. You know, titles like Harry Bangs Sally and Roger Fucks Like a Rabbit. Can't they all have the same title? Cheap, easy, you don't have to drive me home or buy me breakfast in the morning. But anyway, you know, I got out to LA and, you know, thank you very much. You rented those, didn't you? Okay. But, you know, I got out to LA, and everywhere you look, there's guys with, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger's body. So, you know, I'm a skinny guy, so, you know, I thought maybe I should go to the gym and work out. You know, so I went down to Gold's Gym, and I saw some of the hugest people I've ever seen in my life. So I'm walking around kind of mesmerized when I bump into this one extremely hairy musclehead. We have the usual confrontational stare down, at which point I say, you know, I'm probably going to lose this battle, so I better think quick. So I say, you know, miss, with the right makeover, you'd really be quite attractive. So I'm walking around feeling pretty inferior to the rest of the large people here. And, you know, this one woman gives me a compliment. She says, you know, would you mind come over here for a minute? And I said, why, would you like me to spot you? She said, no, if you don't mind, I'd like to try and bench press you. All right, we'll work on that one. But anyway, you know, I thought maybe weights just weren't my thing, so I should play some tennis to get my exercise. So I playing tennis, hitting the ball, feeling pretty good. This guy comes over to me, he says, how you doing? I represent Nike. I'm going to give you $1,000 not to wear any of our clothing. Anyway, I read like last week in the papers that 2 Northwest airline pilots were arrested for flying while being intoxicated. This is pretty fucking scary. Can you imagine being on a plane, you're flying to New York from LA, you're relaxed, you're feeling good, the pilot comes on, how you doing? We're flying at 35,000 feet, although I'm flying at 40. Who ripped the rearview mirror off this fucking thing? Hey, Bob, could you cover one of my eyes? I'm seeing double. Anyway, thank you very much, and take care.
Doug Ellen, everybody. Give him a big hand. Ow!